Hey folks, this is Chris Crazyhouse here again, giving some Chris Crazy commentary. And I apologize for not doing my art video last week, but what I'll be talking about in this video will explain why I was not here uploading a drawing my butt off video. But if you are not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you go ahead and do that. And make sure you hit that like button as well if you like my commentaries or if you like my art videos, please do that. And if you are looking for any cool products like my original comic books, coloring books, stickers, or posters, you can always go to my online store or you can purchase that stuff all on Amazon. My links will be in the description box as well as the comment section. So just letting you know where you can get my stuff at for this holiday season. On to the video. So last Thursday I went to a black business mixer, and it was just for people who are entrepreneurs or, you know, in any stage of where their business is at, to just go and meet and network with other business owners. And let me just say, it was a very good event. I had a good time. I met a lot of great people there. I even expanded some of my horizons as far as maybe some people I can do some contract art for that I had never thought of. You know, people who own marijuana dispensaries and stuff like that. So that's something I'll definitely be looking into in the near future. And I've even made some contacts with people who source different clients with different artists and stuff like that. So that can help me out a lot. That's how I pretty much made a lot of money in Atlanta. I met one of these people who was kind of like the hub, who knew different people, and they kind of passed me a lot of work. So that can always work when you get in touch with someone like that. So I had a good time, and I appreciated all the people that I met there. Now, one little negative incident that I had there, and this is something that's been becoming like a trend lately because it's the new thing. And that is someone I was talking to telling me that just because I'm an artist, I need to start creating NFTs. And if you don't know what NFTs are, I would advise you to do your research on it. But basically, it's this new artistic thing that is paid through cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and all this other stuff, ethereal money and whatnot. This is something you have to look up. But, you know, there are artists out there creating their own NFTs, or people who are in the entertainment industry are also creating them and apparently making millions of dollars by doing so. So the person who I was talking to was an older male. I'm not sure if he was older than me or not. I know I don't look as old as I actually am. I think he thought I was a lot younger. I think he probably thought I was in my late 20s or early 30s, but I'm not. But he was saying, you know, he owns a trucking company, and he was saying I need to do NFTs. And I said, well, I'm looking into it. Okay, and that's true. While I am not concentrating all of my energy and efforts on NFTs, I have started to develop at least 2 of them. And, you know, as time goes on, I'll reveal those when I feel that I've created something that is worth trying to sell. But that is not my main focus, nor is it my main source of income, obviously. I'm still bringing in lots of income from doing contract work, getting royalties from my own books, as well as the books that I've helped other people develop. So I'm not really hurting in that regard for cash, all right? But, you know, when I told this guy I was looking into it, he almost sort of got upset with me and like was looking at me like I was crazy or I was stupid and making it seem like I'm going to miss the boat. And he literally said he doesn't want me to become a fossil or a dinosaur in my own industry. Because NFTs are the way of the future, and if I don't jump on it now, then I'm just going to be left behind. So this is a person who runs a trucking company telling me that I'm going to be left behind in my own industry, in an industry that I have been in for over 20 years now. Okay, so you hear this all the time when you're an artist. Anytime some new thing, quote unquote, comes up, you can't be left behind. You gotta jump on this. You got to do that. The same thing happened when I first graduated from college and .coms were the thing. Okay, everyone had their own website, doing their own .coms. Everyone had their own Flash cartoons on their own website, making money doing .coms and selling ads. Remember that? Doing banner ads and just regular little penny ads and stuff like that on their website. I remember when that was a thing. Okay, I was actually one of the people who was in the forefront of doing Flash animation, not just to get money, but because I enjoyed doing so. So that's why I was making a lot of cartoons that were just fun for me, and it helped me advertise myself, and it helped me to propel myself in my own industry. But you know, a lot of people were just jumping on the bandwagon just because that was the thing, doing Flash animation, and at that time Flash was its own independent company. It was owned by a company called Macromedia. This was before Adobe bought it and added it to their creative suite. So I remember when that was a thing. I remember when Toon Boom came out and everyone had to learn Toon Boom. If you were an animator, you didn't know Toon Boom, you were going to get locked out of the industry. I remember before that, if you were a 3D animator, you didn't know Maya, you were just going to be locked out and left behind, right? And I'm not saying that you cannot learn these programs, or it's bad to look at whatever social trends are going on at the time. That's fine, okay? But from someone who actually has experience in this field, I will tell you, don't be always so quick to just jump on whatever trend is out there. Don't think you always have to change whatever you're doing or whatever you're working on, or make something fit into a certain paradigm because that is the quote-unquote big thing going on at the time. And you know, when this guy was talking to me about the NFTs, I almost wanted to ask him, what does NFT stand for? Because a lot of these people, they just talk this stuff, they don't even know that it's an acronym, and they don't know what those initials actually stand for. I almost wanted to ask him, like, okay, so how do you make money selling an NFT? Mr. Owner of a trucking company, I want you to tell me. Because I know if the reverse was true, if me, Chris Crazyhouse, the artist, told him, hey, you need to jump on this trend in the trucking industry so you can make some money. You need to start hauling this type of cargo in order to make some money. He would probably look at me like I was crazy. And if I tried to down him or make it seem like there was something wrong with him because he wasn't jumping on a certain trend that I read in a magazine somewhere or on a website somewhere, he would, you know, he wouldn't be too happy about that. And I know they wouldn't. And no one in any industry would want someone from the outside coming in to tell them what they should be doing. And I've learned that, you know, doing NFTs is the new thing that non-artists tell artists that they should be doing. You know, someone will just show up out of nowhere and say, hey, you need to be doing NFTs. It's no different than when I was a teenager and people saw that I had any type of art talent, said, hey, you do art and animation, you need to work for Disney. As if Disney is the only place in the world that does animation. And see, this shows the small-mindedness of people who are not artists. They don't realize that art is all-encompassing, that it's all around them, that even if you see like a graphic on a menu or on your phone or wherever, there was an artist who created that. Okay, so it's not like there's only one place that creates these things. When you see any type of animation in a commercial, okay, I've worked in commercial animation. I've done business presentations. You know, people watch all these business presentations with animation or commercials with animation. Someone had to make that. It wasn't produced by Disney. Disney does not waste its time with stuff like that. Okay, so people don't realize that an artist can implant themselves almost anywhere. Like I just said before at the beginning of this video, I just learned that there are people who are looking for my style of artwork for marijuana dispensaries out west. So that's something that I can look into. And you know, I've been very gracious. I always keep my ears open and I learn where I can apply my artwork, because I've done so many different things over the years. I've done websites, I've done web animation, I've worked on animation for mobile phones before that was even really that big of a deal. I did stuff for TV commercials in South America and Central America. I used to do little avatars and stuff like that for games, social games. I've worked in social games, just like doing the animation and backgrounds and character designs for stuff like that. So there are so many different facets that an artist like myself can implant myself into. It's not always about just jumping onto whatever the one thing is that you think that you read somewhere is the way to go. And I don't want a lot of artists out there, especially a lot of young guys, to think, oh, this is the only thing I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an artist, you have the ability to almost kind of write your own ticket and a way to make your own fortune or find your own lane. It doesn't always have to be whatever the trend is, because as everyone loves these NFTs so much, really there's nothing different between an NFT and when I see like animated GIFs at this point. Really, I mean, I've seen NFTs and basically like little crazy or little simple GIFs that I used to see back in the late like the late 2000s. It's you know what I mean? It's like, what is so special about these NFTs? And like I said, it's a lot of it's tied into that whole cryptocurrency thing. So if you don't have any idea about how that works, or if you don't have any experience being a fine artist, because this almost seems very much in the same realm as being a fine artist, where you necessarily don't define whether your art or what it's going to cost. You know what I'm saying? Other people decide whether your art has value in fine art. That's why a lot of commercial artists like myself don't even bother with that, because we can't set the value, the money value ourselves. See, at least in commercial art, I can base my value on my experience and things that I have done before, and I can demand a certain price for that. When you're in the fine art realm, you have to deal with these weirdo art dealers and weirdo people, and I've worked with these types of people before. They don't know what they like. They can see literally like a splash of paint on a piece of paper and say, oh, that's art. I've walked around some of these art galleries, and a lot of that stuff is trash. Let's just be honest. And there are stories out there, people just putting out blank canvases and selling that and making thousands and thousands of dollars. And, you know, we as normal people think that that's crazy, but there's some super pretentious douchebag who sits up in their little mansion who thinks that that's art and will hang it on their wall. So they define what the value is. And a lot of this cryptocurrency and these NFTs is almost the same way. You see what I'm saying? So if I can't set the value of what it is, then I don't see why I should put all my effort into it. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather put my efforts into something that's more concrete. At this time, children's books, coloring books, and hiring my service out as either a comic book artist or just a designer all around, that is bringing in actual money. Real currency that I can use to pay my bills, pay for my house, pay car notes, and everything else. This house that I have right now was not paid off of cryptocurrency or NFTs. Okay, I wasn't able to buy a car for myself and my wife based on cryptocurrency, NFTs, or anything else. Those little coloring books that you guys see, that's where that money came from. Those naturally cute coloring books, or those big Monty books that I worked as an illustrator for. Okay, my entire studio here was basically funded off of those big Monty books, like my art tables, my lighting, my cameras and stuff like that, art supplies, sketch. When you see me do those drawings with those markers, that's all big Monty money. So I was able to fund that stuff with something concrete. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I won't try NFTs or even look into it and maybe create something that does make some money one day. But like I said, that's not my main focus right now. There are other things that I need to concentrate on. I'm working on some new things right now that are more concrete than what that is. Okay, that comes first, because like I said, the real bills come first. There's no such thing as crypto bills, right? So I have to make sure that I take care of that first. There's no such thing as a crypto family. I have a real family in the real world that needs to be taken care of with real funds. See what I'm saying? So these are the things that I have to consider. And as any artist, you need to be smart and mature enough to think of those things. And I'm not saying you can't think outside the box and try some different things. Do that. but make sure you have that tangible base underneath you as well. Make sure you have something concrete that you can depend on, or some funds that you'll have coming in from time to time. You see what I'm saying? So you're not just, you know, like me, I have the opportunity to experiment with NFTs because I have that regular income coming in. So I'm not too worried about maybe losing money or time or whatever working on that. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of artists don't have that luxury. But when you build those different sources of income, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. You might have some time to experiment, but make sure you have something tangible first, something concrete first. So that's all I wanted to say to you guys. And thank you to the brother Wayne Riley over in the UK, because he made a video, like a little short video on his social media about this as well, because people get at him about doing NFTs. And this brother is just like me, very practical, but also extremely talented. And he knows how to get out there and make money on his products, you know, his books, or doing animation or music videos for other people. He's done some great work in animation just very recently, I've seen on his social media, and I always promote him, and he's always been a very big inspiration for me as much as I'm an inspiration to him. And he has the same mindset as I do. Nothing wrong with wanting to develop NFTs and do that sort of thing, but we also have to think about the time and effort that we put into our artwork and what we want to truly accomplish in life and what our current projects are. Like, I'm not going to drop all of my current projects just to say, oh, I might be able to make $1 million doing this one NFT. That's not how the real world works. That's not how real life works, and that would be stupid. Okay, and some people might say that I'm dumb because I want to, you know, concentrate on the real things rather than just taking a chance at something. This is not a movie. This is real life out here. Okay, so, and I have to consider that when I make any decision as to what type of art project I might take on and what I want to do with my talent and with my time, because that's the main thing about artwork, is it takes time, and I want to make sure I spend my time wisely so I can have something for the future. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section if you want to, and let me know what your experiences are. If there's anyone here who has any experiences creating NFTs that you want to drop some knowledge in the comments, I'll allow that. That's perfectly cool. Or if you have any questions for anything that I do, you can always ask in the comments section. Anyway, guys, Crazyhouse signing out. Peace.